Happy December. Welcome to our virtual hangout. I hope you are ready to get creative, tuning in from your cozy spot. We'll talk about it, but we're so excited to have you here. So I'm letting everyone in a little bit early so we can get situated and everyone can get settled with our virtual hangout tonight. So before we get started, I want to welcome everyone. This has become an annual favorite, I think. Jacqueline, I'm not sure if this is our third or fourth year that we have been doing art therapy with Twist Out Cancer, but I look forward to it as soon as we wrap up our segment. I look forward to the next year. So I am really excited for our education segment tonight. It's a new topic. It's, I think, one that will speak to all of us. So it'll be really wonderful. So tonight, yes. So tonight, we are finding the art of cozy, and we are finding comfort through a Danish term called Hygge. And Jacqueline has taught me how to properly say that. So, for all of you joining us, hopefully you saw my email that went out yesterday. If not, I will be passing along the specifically designed sheet that Jacqueline put together for our virtual hangout tonight. So I'll pop that in the chat and you can download that, grab your colored pencils, markers, any sort of crayons, whatever you have available. Even if you have a single pencil, that will work great as well. Hopefully, you have your favorite mug. You're watching us or relaxing from, I love that, Lee. I see that. Hopefully, you are in a place that is comforting and relaxing. And like I said, you're ready to get creative tonight. So, let me introduce myself. My name is Erin Pellegrin. I'm our Senior Director of Culinary Nutrition and Education at Unite for Her. I am often found with Sue hosting our education segments. Tonight, she is in San Antonio for SABCS. So, we are all very excited to hear all of the exciting news that comes out of that conference. So, tonight, I will be leading the way and happily so. Before we continue, of course, we could not continue to bring you amazing segments like we do every year without the generous support of our sponsors. So tonight's virtual hangout is presented through UFH Connect by West, Merck, Lilly, Novartis, and Gilead Sciences. We have additional support from our gold sponsors, AbbVie, Tercera Therapeutics, and Veristem Oncology. I'm sorry, our gold sponsors, Pfizer, GSK, and Daiichi Sankyo. I want to make sure I get that correct. And then we have additional support, AbbVie, Tercera Therapeutics, and Veristem Oncology. But truth be told, we will accept all the support we can because we know how important these segments are for our Unite for Her community. So if you are tuning in, feel free to put in the chat where you are being creative from, whether that's the space in your house or the city in which you live. We love to hear it all. I'm coming in from Philadelphia. And we will be starting in just a few minutes, just a couple housekeeping items. So this is a creative space. There will be some sharing at the end. Of course, it's not mandatory, but if you want to share your creative outlet, your creative art, your mug, the story behind it, you are welcome to do so, or you can just listen and follow along. Our session tonight, while it usually runs for an hour, we will go a little bit longer. So today will be about 75 minutes. If you have to leave early, that is not a problem. Do not worry. You can just hop off. Like I said, it's a little bit of a show and tell element. Jacqueline will take us through, but the concept is all behind that Hygge theory, comfort, warmth, and coziness. So we hope that this is setting the tone for the rest of your holiday season. Couple reminders, because we do have a couple more education segments before we wrap up for the year. So tomorrow night, really excited about our speaker series. That's Thursday, December 11th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Aubrey and I will be joined by a fellow dietitian, oncology dietitian, Crystal Zuniga, and she's talking all about muscle matters, fueling strength and health after cancer. So this session in particular will reframe post-cancer well-being by focusing on body composition rather than weight loss. And she'll be exploring how treatments impact muscle and fat mass, why these changes matter for long-term health. But most importantly, she'll be teaching all of us nutrition and exercise strategies to support muscle maintenance and growth with practical tips that help us all get started no matter what fitness level you are at. So that will be tomorrow evening. I'll share the link to register for that speaker series, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And then we have an Ask the Experts on Monday evening. That is December 15th. We'll be coming to you live from Unite for Her's Facebook page at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And Sue and I will be joined by an incredible panel. Dr. Mark Shaheen, who is a longtime partner and advisor to Unite for Her, and Dr. Mary-Ann Lustberg. She is out of Yale and also longtime supporter of Unite for Her. And together they will be on a panel discussing how government funding is shaping tomorrow's clinical trial. So we'll be having some honest discussion, plus some takeaways for how we can all support the future of research and clinical trials. I know we are hearing some exciting results come out of SABCS this week, so we know the importance of that. Of course, you are always welcome to submit your questions for Dr. Shaheen and Dr. Lustberg. We'll get through as many as we can, all of which I'll pop that link in the chat for all of our education segments. So we've got a great audience coming from Bermuda. Lucy, I love that. International, Hawaii, amazing. We're so happy that you're here. So let's jump right in. It is truly my pleasure to introduce Jacqueline Carmody. So for those first unfamiliar with Twist Out Cancer, they are a wonderful partner of Unite for Her. They're a nonprofit organization that provides psychosocial support to cancer survivors and their loved ones through creative arts programming. They are a global community that enables anyone touched by cancer to connect, create, support, and inspire. Jacqueline is a Chicago-based licensed clinical professional counselor and a registered board-certified art therapist. She is the director and creator of Twist Out Cancer's signature Twist Shop program. She's enthusiastic about bringing this unique creative arts therapy to the cancer community, and we love to have her every year. Her goal as an art therapist is to provide a safe space for everyone and offer them guidance in exploring different ways to explore their emotions, creativity, and self-expression. So please join me in welcoming once again our special guest this evening, Jacqueline Carmody. And I will add her. Wonderful. Thank you again so much for being here. And before I toss it over, for those that just joined, I'll be popping a file into the chat. It will be the creative worksheet that Jacqueline put together, so you can see that file. Thank you. There you have it right there. But Jacqueline, thank you so much for being here. I will let you take it away.
Thank you so much. And thank you to Unite for Her for inviting me on behalf of Twist Out Cancer and just believing in the power of art therapy. I have been creating art all of my life for all different milestones and different events, and it's always such a great way to just have a container for what I call the stuff of life. And so hopefully tonight, if you're new to the art therapy space, you can get more familiar with just how to create for yourself. What I love about art therapy is that it is all about the process. Don't think about the final product. Just focus on yourself and why you showed up tonight. And I guarantee at the end of the 75 minutes, you're going to be like, wow, I forgot about the to-do lists, the stress, even if it's just for a few moments you will feel the disconnect and the mindfulness happen. So as Erin mentioned, we have a pre-made coloring sheet. If you didn't get a chance to print it out for tonight's group, feel free to print it out, make as many copies as you want, give them to nieces, nephews, kids, neighbors. It's just really fun. Coloring is a great way just to be mindful. So that's kind of an extended benefit of tonight's program. We also have the show and tell of the mug portion. We will have a chance to share at the end, and you can choose to either share your artwork and your mug, or one or the other, or just, lift it up or tell us in the chat where your mug's from. I got this in Mount Whitney in Lone Pine, California. It's this small town about 3 hours outside of LA in the mountains, and I got it with my cousin, and it was just such a great hiking trip. So I decided to bring that memory with me tonight through my mug. Um, So I'm going to share my screen and we are going to get started in tonight's activity, which is focusing on the art of cozy or exploring how art therapy and the Danish lifestyle and values of Hygge can be blended to help us get cozy tonight and this winter season. So bear with me as I share my screen. It always takes me just a moment to get it all up. Okay. Thumbs up if everything looks good. Awesome. So as I mentioned, if you're new to art therapy, I'm going to give a few brief slides about art therapy, but you can definitely email me if you have any questions or if this resonates with you, and I can provide more resources and more opportunities to get involved with art therapy, but also art therapy for the cancer community. So what is art therapy? So according to the American Art Therapy Association, it is an integrative mental health and human services profession that enriches lives of individuals, families, and communities through active art making, creative process, and applied psychological theory and human experience within a psychotherapeutic relationship. That's the official definition. I personally just like to call art therapy the container for my stuff. um, and so, what makes art therapy special and how it differs from an art class? One is not better than the other. So, art therapy is not better than an art class. They exist in their own world and both have amazing benefits. But some differences are all art therapy sessions are led by a clinical art therapist or somebody who's licensed in the art therapist field versus an art teacher or an art educator. The art therapy workshops that Twist Out Cancer provides really focus on the therapeutic relationship, diving into different mental health symptoms or feelings that might come up, the emotions, versus just a student teacher relationship. So, my role tonight is to really guide you, introduce you to something new, kind of open you up a little bit. I promise I won't open you up too much. We will wrap up in a nice way and you will feel really good after you leave tonight's group, but you may notice or discover something new about yourself. Because art therapy is about self exploration. It's not just about making something just to make it. So do not focus on the product. This is not an art competition. This is truly just a fun, nice way to make some art and get cozy tonight. The art that you make is going to be a reflection of you. It has nothing to do with your skill level, as I mentioned, and there's no right or wrong way to do this. So if you just want to like color in a few of them, if you want to trace this, if you want to look at it and create your own images, if you want to do some writing tonight, all are welcome. You can just be an observer just by showing up and coming on the call. Maybe you're listening from your car. Sometimes we have a few people who just listen into Twist Shops from the waiting room. That's participating, and that is okay. So, just before we get started, I always encourage everyone to do a quick self check-in of how you're feeling, what you're holding tonight, whether it's something physically, mentally, emotionally. Just kind of do some self inventory and think about what motivated you to sign on tonight. What were you craving? What were you needing? Was it community? Was it creativity? What are you hoping to gain from tonight's Twist Shop? And how can you make yourself more comfortable? So if you're in your home, if you're someone who likes to make art sprawled out on the floor or standing up, do whatever you need to do. If you want to change seating or go somewhere cozy, there is no judgment. Um, it can help though if you are sitting at a desk while we're making art. I like to tilt my camera down like that so that while I'm making the art, you can see what I'm making. And I also just like to see how other people create virtually. So, not a have to, but just a suggestion. Okay, so let's get into what is Uga and how are we going to embrace the art of Uga tonight? So winter is here. I did mean to change that in the slide. It says fall, but winter is here. So it's time to go full cozy mode. And what better way to get into the spirit of refueling our cup and rejuvenating our soul by exploring the art of Uga? Uga is a Danish word used to describe moments that are cozy, charming, and special, and it's become something of a lifestyle for many. So I was actually in Norway and Denmark 2 summers ago, and I learned about Uga more in depth. I had heard about it before, and I found out I was pronouncing it completely wrong. I was pronouncing it Hygge, but it is Uga. And the reason that it's been developed in the Scandinavian countries is because in the winter they only have maybe 3 to 4 hours of sunlight a day, and it's very dark and very cold. But they celebrate glowing light, warmth, and coziness so that they can feel happy. And they are actually the happiest country. Denmark is the happiest country in the world. So they are onto something. So think about different things that can make your life a little bit more ooga, glowing firelight, warmth, delicious food, all the little wonders, and we're going to explore that together tonight. So different ways you can experience Uga in everyday life. So in your home, creating a cozy, warm atmosphere. I like to turn on my fireplace, or if I don't feel like, heating up the whole house, just putting a fireplace on my TV. So these small ways, lighting a candle, making it, dimming the lights, getting out your favorite blankets, enjoying warm, comforting meals. So I love in the winter on a Sunday to have a big pot of soup on the stove so I can smell the soup all day long, and it just really gets me feeling cozy. Social relationships, so you can have conversations with close friends or have intimate get-togethers that can really promote the feeling of coziness, not stressing yourself out by overdoing it in loud, crowded restaurants or bars or, places that you don't want to be. Think about where do you want to socialize? What's your favorite cozy coffee shop? Maybe there's a special place that you like to walk or go to, or a little shop that makes you feel good. How do you go out and be social in the cold winter months? The workspace, this is a tricky one. Often people are like, oh, I don't like my office, or, there's no windows. You can create soft lighting, bring in a lamp, some calming music, have some good smells or essential oils, maybe bring in a comfy blanket or a pillow to have on your work chair. Put some artwork up. Make your workspace surrounded by things that feel good. This can also be brought into a waiting room or a doctor's office, making sure you have a little toolkit or maybe a little bag of things that make you feel cozy, make you feel good while you have to wait in an undesirable place. So, Uga can be incorporated everywhere. Another one I love is spending time in nature. So, going through for a walk in the woods or sitting on the beach can promote peace and tranquility. But if you are unable to travel or you're stuck indoors, put on some travel shows, put on YouTube travel and go somewhere for an hour or two. I love to watch travel shows to new places where they're cooking and exploring, and that can be a little getaway even if you're unable to travel this season. All right. So some benefits. So why are we doing this? I chose Uga for tonight's activity because it has many benefits. It is helpful in reducing stress. So by surrounding yourself that make you feel cozy and calm, you actually reduce cortisol levels, and it can boost oxytocin, which is the cozy cuddle hormone that we develop. Our dogs actually give us oxytocin. A fun fact about your pets is they can smell our tears. So our tears give off a hormone when we're stressed, and they come and they comfort us and they release oxytocin to make us feel better. So make sure you have your pet nearby for the Uga season. Uga also improves mental health. It can strengthen relationships. So if you invite people into your home or you're invited into your home and you bring in these values, maybe bringing them something homemade, can really strengthen positive relationships this season, enhance productivity. If I am in a space that I enjoy, I'm going to be way more productive than if I'm stressed out or things are chaotic. Um, it can enhance creativity. I'll be curious to check in with all of you tonight to see how your creative juices get flowing. And it just boosts overall well-being. So if you sign off tonight and you feel worse than before, I want to know why, because I guarantee each one of you will feel a little bit better from when you signed on to when you log off tonight. So we'll see. So we're gonna get started and how we're going to approach the art of cozy tonight. It is going to be your choice whether you want to engage in a writing prompt or an art making prompt. But I want to explore the five senses. So sight, taste, touch, smell, and sound. And I want you, before we get started, to kind of do a five sense inventory of what is one thing for each of your five senses that really makes you feel cozy. So, for example, if you have a warm cup of tea that smells delicious and it feels warm on your hands and it tastes delicious and you just enjoy looking at your favorite mug, you're already there. Then you just need some nice, relaxing music. Um, so do a quick inventory. And then on the next slide, I'm going to have a few prompts. So you could use the word prompts, or you can pull up the coloring sheet that we have in the chat, and you can use the images for prompts. And I want you to go in any direction that feels good. If you're somebody who's like, Jackie, I need an exact directive, private message me. I will give you a specific direction to go in. But I wanted to keep tonight open-ended because I think everyone's version of cozy is a little bit different. Some people are visual people, some people love to write poems or short stories. So I'm just curious what comes up for everyone tonight. You can even write a story about where you got your mug, or draw a photo of it, or just color the coloring sheet. Um, so put your ideas together in any form and you will create the ultimate Uga experience. So some prompts and some words that I came up with, and I will put this list of words into the chat once I stop sharing my screen. But you can pick two to three and create something from it. So cozy, peaceful, still, sparkle, flicker, soothe, gentle, embrace, knit, giggle, pour, steam, aroma, and bakery. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And if you have any questions for me, just put them in the chat. I'll do my best to answer. And I'm going to put the list of word prompts in the chat. And we'll get started. I'm going to put on some light music. Sometimes with the Zoom, the audio can go in and out. So if your audio does not sound good and it's going in and out, just mute me. We're going to come together at around 10 to the hour. So I'm on Central Time. So 4:50 for me, 5:50 if you're on Eastern. So we'll just say 10 to the hour for everybody. And we'll check back in. So like I said, feel free to put questions in the chat, turn your screen down like this if you want to show what you're making. Otherwise, I'll see you in a little bit. So I'll give everyone just a minute or so to just put any last marks on there. I did not finish, so I don't expect anyone else to have finished either. I completely understand, 30, 40 minutes is not long enough to make artwork, but just remember these programs and our virtual programs are just a little taste just to get you started. And we strongly encourage you to continue making art, journaling about it, or just finding some way to incorporate Hygge into your lifestyle and daily routine after this. So if this is your first twist shop with Twist Out Cancer or Unite for Her, just know there's no mandatory sharing. You don't have to share your art if you don't want to. You don't have to share anything, that is too deep or personal or vulnerable. Share whatever feels good. Just know sometimes within the cancer community, sensitive topics can come up. So if you feel triggered or feel something might be too sensitive, feel free to remove yourself. You can check in with myself or Erin afterwards. But if you do have questions, just write them in the chat. We don't have enough time to get to everyone, unfortunately. So if you want to share your artwork in email or on social media, Erin will put some tags. You can tag Twist Out Cancer, myself, or Unite for Her. I definitely want to see your artwork or at least a picture of your mug. But also, one last thing, just to maintain the integrity of our programs, share your experience. If someone shares something personal or, sensitive to the group, let's maintain their privacy and integrity of the space and just share how this group and how Hygge made you feel so that people feel encouraged to come back, but also the people you talk to feel encouraged to come. So I can kick us off. I'm going to just share my mug again for those of you who may not have seen. I'm drinking some peppermint tea. It's this Christmas time peppermint tea. My mom gifts it to my sisters and I every single year, and I love it. It's called Candy Cane Lane. That's what it's called, and it's so good. I think you can get it at any grocery store or Amazon. That's what I'm sipping on tonight, and I just chose to color this in. It has been tempting me ever since I created it in October for this group, and I finally got to color it tonight. I have been wanting to color it, and I've had to be so patient. So I'm definitely going to keep this next to my desk, and when I'm on calls or when I need some, relaxation, I'm just going to keep at it. So that's mine. If you want to share, put your name in the chat, and we'll track who wants to share next, and we'll just be mindful of time. But yeah, if you want to share, feel free to just raise your hand or say me in the chat so I can track everybody. All right, Lucy, feel free.
Hi everyone. I colored in the paint, the drawings, and I was using mostly just red, and then I had a kind of a brown and some green. It's not in focus, but anyway, that's the idea.
I love the mushroom. I love that you added
it gets a bit closer, sharper
yes.
if I put it close up.
The details that you add are so lovely.
Yeah.
And you added paint on the paintbrushes too.
Yes.
I'm so impressed.
Yeah.
And a music note. Oh, was the music note on there?
That's yours.
It looks so different. Just the different way that you've colored it. I'm so impressed and inspired.
So that's mine. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Lucy. All right, let's see. How about if Jan wants to go next?
Okay. I'm going to preface this with I lived on the lake for my whole life, growing up on the shores of Lake Erie. Mine's more of a writing. The smell of the water, the sight of the waves, touch of droplets, the feel of water. Water swirling, waves calm, waves crash, watching, waiting. Love surrounds me, awesome feeling, unity and prayer in family. Turmoil to calmness, trust. All that is God's gift to us, life everlasting. Peaceful, calm, loving, no thought of cancer ripping me apart or getting in my way. Being with family, mourning, laughing, enjoying, hugging. Water, water, wash away my fears. Help me gain confidence to smell, hear, feel, and touch.
Oh my gosh, Jan, that's beautiful. As you were reading, people were giving just reactions of hearts and claps and just applaud.
Thank you.
I grew up in a lake house with my family. We had a lake house that we would go to in the summer, and as you were reading it, I was kind of transported to that place
Good.
where everything got to stay away from the lake house. It was kind of just like the escape. So I loved hearing what you wrote.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Amazing. All right, let me see if anyone else would like to go. Just put your name in the or just say me, and I'll read your name from the chat.
I'll just show you mine that I found this. I got it at one of my cancer therapy. Can you see it?
Yes. Oh wow.
Yeah, it was a
Kathleen.
book they gave me, and I only used it once. So I said, let me grab that and be
Wow.
creative. So yeah, I thought
And
that.
you just colored it in.
Yes, with
Yeah.
pencils.
Oh my gosh, you should frame that. That's beautiful.
I know. Yeah. So what was the medium you were using for yours?
I was using, I'll show you. I have the 200 pack. My favorite brand is Ohuhu, but
Okay.
all alcohol markers will give you that really nice, like clean look. But I love
Yes.
Ohuhu markers because I love color. And you can
Yes.
get,
Oh wow. What a variety.
you can get a variety. So I use these in all different types of art making. If it's for my journaling, my art therapy, or even some of the, portraits that I do for people as gifts. So they're a really nice brand. I think they're decently affordable for the quality. But if you want something more affordable, just any alcohol marker is good.
And you get them at Michael's or?
You can get them. I get them on the Ohuhu website, but Amazon. But if you email me, just email me and I'll send you a link. I'll put my email in here.
Okay.
All right. If anyone else would like to share, just put your name in the chat or feel free to just come on off camera and share with us. I'm seeing a lot in the chat that people are uploading. I love this. Oh, so let's see. Who did that one? Bobby, you did your own collage of different things that bring you comfort. I love that. Oh, you added to the top of it. I see. Very cool. I love the pencil and the palm tree and the mug with the seahorse. That's very cool. Let's see. A few other people uploaded their images. So if you have a chance, scroll through our chat. We have many people uploading their artwork. But yeah, if anyone wants to share, or just if you don't want to share an image or go off camera, you don't have to. You can just share a little bit about how this experience was for you, and if there's anything you want to incorporate into your life, or maybe something this season for Uga. And Bobby's logging off. Thanks for joining us, Bobby. Feel free to share.
I will say, Jacqueline, we earlier in the year, we had a segment that incorporated art therapy for focused specifically on scanxiety. And I think hearing you say, even after today, you're going to take this while you're working or while you're on calls or something, but using this creative outlet and keeping this with us as a way to soothe emotions or stress, or just as a relaxing, calm experience. I think that reminds us all of how all the different ways art therapy can be used therapeutically, no matter where we are. So I think even just having this sheet and seeing those words is a nice reminder. If we're feeling anxious or stressed or looking to decompress from the day, this is a great way to do it.
Oh yes, I love all of that. And I know just with family members and friends, and even in the work that I do, helping them create kind of that toolkit of their things that are cozy or feel good. Because even if it's just for 5 seconds, if something helps you feel calm or feel a little bit better, it's 5 seconds more than you would have felt if you were just, scrolling on your phone or waiting, taking in all of the sensory memories of a stale office or a stale waiting room, because our body is absorbing all of it. So if we can have a safety net of things that feel calm to our five senses while also having to do something not so comfortable, we can really protect ourselves. And it can be as simple as just being stuck in traffic and putting on music or a podcast that's calming, or even getting a coffee or tea for that long drive, to something as stressful as being, in treatment or a caregiver with someone going through treatment. So all of these can be tools to be taken. So Janet, I see you raising your hand if you want to share. Were you raising your hand to share?
I got it.
Oh,
I got
perfect.
it. I want to thank you because I have been going through a lot lately. And there was a family funeral, and I couldn't go because it was so packed that I didn't want to get sick because of the metabolic breast cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And it is actually writing that out has helped me feel calmer about the situation.
Definitely.
So
It's
thank you.
no
That
longer
was,
inside. You get to, it's like art
I
makes you
felt,
feel like a breath.
I felt all the stress go away. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. Hearing that is so, so awesome. Just to know that art therapy is helping. Um, I don't mean to call Callie out, but I see Callie on our call. Callie is an art therapist with Twist Out Cancer. And she's actually leading a group next week that's free and open to the public about the art of winter solstice. So you can sneak a peek of Callie in the corner, but she's an amazing art therapist. And I see Sholanda is raising her hand. Sholanda, if you want to share, feel free.
I didn't actually, hello everyone. I didn't get a chance to do the coloring. I am actually coming home from a appointment and I'm stuck in traffic. So, I've been listening to the music and everything was very soothing. Um, I also have been having a hard time this month. Christmas is a very hard time for me. Um, at the beginning of my cancer journey, my husband passed away. So I've been battling cancer and widowhood for the last 4 years. And so coming home and driving, it's just listening, it was relaxing. And I noticed that when I get an opportunity to just stop for a moment and just um, listen to some music, it really helps relaxes me. And it transports me to somewhere else, somewhere where it's a little warmer because it's cold here in Georgia.
Oh my gosh, if
um,
it's cold in Georgia, imagine Chicago.
I, I don't even want to. And
Oh.
it's cold enough for me here in Georgia.
Mhm. Yeah.
I've Connecticut. My husband was originally from Bridgeport, Connecticut, and
Mhm.
I spent a winter or two there, and I don't know how y'all do it.
It is
I'm going
chilly.
to.
It is chilly. But I'm
It's
glad we got
cold.
to be there virtually with you tonight. I'm sending you a hug just as you're sharing your story and, just being with us and knowing this community is here for you. And I love that you participated through just listening and observing because that isn't, like I mentioned in the beginning of the call, that is a perfect way to participate in art therapy. Just allowing yourself the time to meditate and not know what song is going to come on next or what someone might say, but just being a part of the community. So thank you for joining
Thank,
us.
thank you. I really appreciate it. It was really nice.
Thank you, Sholanda. I think we've got time for about one or two more people to share. If anyone just wants to comment or share their experience, feel free to share.
I can share mine, Jackie.
Awesome. Thank you, Callie.
So I actually left work a little bit early to get home to this. Because it's, I think holidays can be, I work in a hospital and I'm also a cancer survivor and an art therapist. So I think holidays can be such a complex time, opposite emotions existing at the same time. So wanted a little bit of space just for me. I did kind of pulled some of things that make me feel cozy. I have no idea where the space exists other than my head. So, but I have, I really like plants. So I was trying to do winter plants. As Jackie knows, I'm a big cat lady, and my cats are super cozy, and I have more cat mugs than I think most people have mugs. And I have some warm apple cider that my husband made me. So, and then I have a candle, which I was trying to focus in. I liked how Jackie talked about the glow of light. I think is so soothing. I think bonfires in the summer and fireplace in the winter. And then, the art therapist in me needed some some art supplies too. So I don't know where this little place is, but I would definitely hang out there and be cozy, I think.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Do you use colored pencil?
I did, and then I have a Posca marker, a really thin black one that I did for the outline.
Oh, I love it. And the glow of the candle, I'm so impressed with.
Which I did light a candle before this started, so it smells like Christmas in here.
That's awesome. That is amazing.
Yeah. So thank you for this, Jackie. This was really soothing.
Of course. Very cool. Awesome. Anyone else feel up to sharing? If not, we can wrap up. I appreciate everyone taking just a little bit longer for tonight. We extended it to 75 minutes just because I think tonight's theme just takes a little bit more patience with ourselves to just get comfortable in the space, get the materials you want, and just listen to each person's story or experience. So I hope this can be a great way to wind down your night if you're done with work or get a chance to settle in for the evening, maybe read a book or sit in a chair. Try to just soothe. Don't go for anything too overstimulating after this. Preserve that energy because the energy from the group and the energy that you created through making art is the good stuff. And so protect that tonight and let it carry with you throughout the rest of the week. It's only Wednesday, so think of one thing you can do each day this week or maybe this month or season that feels cozy. If it's just 5 minutes for your morning coffee or, snuggling with your dog or your cat, whatever it may be, or joining another twist shop next week. We hope to see you. But I'm so grateful to Unite for Her for just trusting Twist Out Cancer in the art therapy space. And we look forward to this every year. So I'm glad to be here.
Well, thank you for being here. And like I said, I look forward to this every year. And if this is your first virtual hangout with Twist Out Cancer and Unite for Her, there are all of our recordings from past years in our video library. So if you want to rewatch and go through a practice with Jacqueline from years past, they're all recorded. We've done different projects and different creative outlets. So there's so much more there for all of you. Plus, we shared their events calendar for free events that are open to the community. So, creative outlets are so soothing, and we're so glad that you're here to lead us through all of it, especially this time of year. It's just busy and hectic. So, we appreciate you guiding us through, Jackie.
Of course. Awesome. Well, happy holidays to everyone, too. Whatever holiday you celebrate in the season, just take some time to slow down because it can get really busy.
I know. That's a great reminder. I think seeing my worksheet next to me will be a visual
Yeah.
reminder to slow down. So I think that's a
Yeah.
good tip. So
Yeah.
thank you everyone for joining us tonight. This will be recorded. We'll do some editing just for privacy for the final event tomorrow, but keep your sheet handy, reprint it out, carry it with you as we're moving through the season. And hopefully, this is a good reminder on ways that we can use creativity as an outlet, create some calm, and a safe space for all of us. So, thank you so much for being here. Again, I want to give one final thanks to our education sponsors that are so generous to keep UFH Connect moving forward. Tonight's virtual hangout is presented by West, Merck, Lilly, Novartis, and Gilead Sciences. We have support from our gold sponsors, Pfizer, GSK, and Daiichi Sankyo, and additional support from AbbVie, Tercera Therapeutics, and Veristem Oncology. Quickly, hopefully, I will see many of you tomorrow night. We have our speaker series, December 11th at 6 p.m. with Rachel Zuniga. Crystal Zuniga, a registered dietitian, talking all about muscle matters. So Aubrey and I will be leading the way with a really engaged discussion tomorrow night. So hopefully we will see you. And then we're wrapping up 2025 with our Ask the Experts on Monday evening, streaming live to Unite for Her's Facebook page at 5:30 p.m., talking all about how government funding is shaping clinical trials for the future and how we can each play a role in supporting cancer research. For all cancer types, but how we can play an important role to support that initiative moving forward. So I will share the link to register for all of our events. But most importantly, thank you so much for being here. I love this. I love seeing all the pictures. Feel free to jump back into UFH, uniteforher.org/UFH Connect to see the recording. With that, I hope everyone has a wonderful evening. Stay warm, and hopefully we will see you again soon. Take care, everyone.